December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor. The sky fills with the roar of Japanese planes. Battleships explode, airfields burn, chaos everywhere. But wait, this time something's different. Hidden under a tarp, on a lonely airfield, is a machine nobody in 1941 can understand. Sleek, sharp, and way too futuristic to be sitting next to propeller planes. It's the F-22 Raptor, the most advanced fighter jet on Earth, dropped into one of the darkest days in U.S. military history. So what happens if this alien-looking jet takes off? Can one fighter change the course of Pearl Harbor, or is it just a very expensive lawn ornament? First, let's talk about what just parachuted into history. The F-22 Raptor isn't just fast. It cruises at Mach 1.5 without afterburners. That's over 1,100 miles per hour. For comparison, the fastest Japanese Zero in 1941? About 330 miles per hour. Basically, the Raptor would lap those planes 3 times before they realized they were in a race. It's stealthy too. Invisible to radar. Not that it matters. Japan barely had functioning radar in 1941. To them, the F-22 might as well be magic. Now, the weapons, 6 AM, 120 AMRAAMs, radar-guided missiles that can reach targets more than 50 miles away. 2 AM, 9 Sidewinders, deadly heat seekers for close combat. And a Vulcan cannon that spits out 100 rounds per second. That's right. Blink, and you've just missed 20 bullets. In short, this jet is the boss fight of the skies. If you showed it to a 1941 pilot, he'd probably think America made a deal with aliens. Now let's look at who it's up against. Japan's attack force, 353 aircraft. Fighters, torpedo bombers, dive bombers. Their star player, the Mitsubishi Zero. Fast, agile, and terrifying for its time. But against the Raptor? It's basically a flying lawnmower. No radar. No guided weapons. No computers. Pilots aim by eyeballing targets and pulling the trigger. Their entire strategy was built on swarming in tight formations and overwhelming defenses with sheer numbers. It worked in 1941 because nobody was ready for it. But this time, one jet is. The first wave of 183 Japanese planes approaches Pearl Harbor. They fly low, tight, and confident. Suddenly, the Raptor screams off the runway. In seconds, it's at altitude. Its radar lights up like a Christmas tree. Targets everywhere. Lock. Fire. Boom. Half a formation disappears without warning. The Japanese pilots? They're confused. No dogfight. No warning. Just, planes gone. Panic spreads. Bombers scatter, fighters peel off in random directions. Somewhere, one guy is probably screaming Godzilla, a movie that doesn't even exist yet. The Raptor strikes again. Missiles streak out, and more planes vanish. By the time anyone realizes something is wrong, a dozen aircraft are gone, and they still haven't even seen the jet. But remember, this was a 2-wave attack. Another 170 Japanese planes are already inbound. This time, the surprise is gone. Alarms blare, anti-aircraft guns spin to life, and above it all, one futuristic jet is rewriting the script. The second wave flies straight into chaos. Pilots are scattered, formations are broken, and American defenses are awake earlier than in real history. The Raptor is dominating the skies, but it's still just one jet. Here's the problem. Even alien-level tech runs on gas. And the F-22 burns fuel faster than your iPhone battery on TikTok. After 30 to 40 minutes of combat, it either lands or becomes the world's most expensive glider. And landing? Oh, JP-8 jet fuel doesn't exist in 1941. Spare missiles? Nope. Maintenance crews? Forget it. Back then, a mechanic would open the cockpit and probably ask, "Where do the horses go?" Meanwhile, Japan's carriers are sitting offshore with spare planes, fuel, and bombs. They can reload and launch waves again and again. The Raptor? One chance only. So, can the F-22 save Pearl Harbor? Yes, but only partially. If it nails every missile and uses its cannon perfectly, maybe it takes down 10 to 13 planes. Enough to throw the attack into chaos. Enough to save some ships and maybe hundreds of lives. But it's not enough to stop 353 attackers. Ships still sink. Bombs still fall. The attack still happens. What really changes? The Japanese are terrified. Their plan shatters. Pilots panic. American troops look up and see a UFO-looking jet shredding enemies like an arcade game. Morale skyrockets. The war still begins, but not the same way. So no, the F-22 doesn't single-handedly stop World War II. But it does turn Pearl Harbor from a day of infamy into a day of confusion. The Japanese would leave asking, "What did we just fight?" And the Americans? They'd swear the Air Force has a guardian angel with jet engines. But that's just one what if. Because next, we're asking, what happens when a U.S. Marine platoon takes on the Roman Empire? Trust me, you don't want to miss that.